And you said it was 300,000. It was $1.6 million.
So
that's a difference.
What's the gross revenue of Bain in the years you're associated with? What's the gross revenue?
Very substantial, but I think it's irrelevant compared to the fact that you were working for Freddie Mac.
What is it? Very substantial? Did Bain ever do any work with any company or did any work with the government like Medicare?
We didn't do any work with the government. I didn't have an office in K Street. I wasn't a lobbyist. I never worked in Washington.
So
you were working. We have congressmen who also say that you came and lobbied them in favor. You have congressmen who say that you came and lobbied them with regards to Medicare Part D. At the same time, your senator was taking in contributions.
You just jumped a long way over here, friend.
Well, another area of influence peddling.
No. Let me be very clear, because I understand your technique, which you used on McCain, you used on Huckabee, you used consistently. Okay? It's unfortunate, and it's not going to work very well because the American people see through it. I have always publicly favored a stronger Medicare program. I wrote a book in 2002 called Saving Lives and Saving Money. I publicly favored Medicare Part D for a practical reason. And that reason is simple. The U.S. government was not prepared to give people anything, insulin, for example, but they would pay for kidney dialysis. They weren't prepared to give people Lipitor, but they paid for open heart surgery. That is a terrible way to run Medicare. I am proud of the fact, and I'll say this in Florida, I'm proud of the fact that I publicly, openly advocated Medicare Part D. It has saved lives. It's run on a free enterprise model. It also includes health savings accounts. It includes Medicare alternatives, which gave people choices. And I did it publicly, and it is not correct. Now, understand this, Scotty, because you've been walking around the state saying things that are untrue. It is not correct to describe public citizenship, having public advocacy as lobbying. Every citizen has the right to do that. And what I did on behalf of Medicare, I did out in the open, publicly, and that is my right as a citizen.
Here's what's the problem, Mr. Speaker. Here's what's the problem. And that is, if you're getting paid by health companies, if your entities are getting paid by health companies that could benefit from a piece of legislation, and you then meet with Republican congressmen and encourage them to support that legislation, you can call it whatever you'd like. I call it influence peddling. It is not right. It is not right. You have a conflict. You are being paid by companies. At the same time, you're encouraging people pass legislation which is in their favor. Governor, you spent now 15 years in Washington on K Street, and this is a real problem if we're going to nominate someone who not only had a record, a great distress as the speaker, but that has worked for 15 years.
Gentlemen, we've let this go because of the race, and a certain part of this conversation, I guess, had to happen. This also has to happen.
Fight.
Go to a break. We'll come back.